Welcome to the special magistrate hearing for February 10th, 2026. If you wish to speak today, please stand and raise your right hand. You got to stand. Please stand. Do you all swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing? Yes. Thank you. Please silence all electronic devices.
Good morning. Our first case, page 35, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 24120231, case address 131 Florida Avenue, owner Calvin and Lucille Sapp. This case was first heard at 7/24/25 to comply by 8/3/25 and 9/25/25. 3 sections complied at $50 per day, $24,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Morning.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready? Okay. Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This case was first presented to the Special Magistrate on 7/24/25. At the hearing, Special Magistrate Flynn ordered 63 days to comply for the violation of 9-306 and 9-305 parentheses B, and 10 days to comply for the remaining violations, or $50 per day thereafter. As per pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9/26, the property was found in compliance of all cited violations. The city is requesting admin costs in the amount of $810.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please? Okay. Okay. So the property's in compliance this morning?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to impose the administrative costs are $810.
Yes.
Okay.
Special Magistrate,
Yes.
Amy Brown, Code Compliance Supervisor. The city would actually like to request no fines.
Okay. And no administrative costs? Okay. Good luck. Thank you. You're in compliance. Thank you.
Our next case, page 45, Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 24070226, case address 1423 Holly Heights Drive, owner The Cascade at Holly Heights. This case was first heard 1/30/25 to comply by 3/27/25. There are 3 suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section not complied at $100 per day for a total of $5,900, and the fines continue to accrue. This is a request for extension.
You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Attorney Jeremy Appister with Haber Law on behalf of the association.
Okay.
Good morning. Senior Officer Gail Williams presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case CE 24070226, address 1423 Holly Heights Drive. Case was first heard on January 30th, 2025, with 3 extensions granted. The property representative here is here to request an extension for the property.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor. The association had originally intended with this project, it was a little bit more substantial than the resurfacing, which is what they've been cited for. Unfortunately, when they actually priced out what the more extensive project was going to be, they weren't able to afford it. They tried to secure financing, which unfortunately they weren't able to secure. At this point, they have now retained, and I provided to Officer Williams a copy of the contract. They've retained a resurfacing company to do that resurfacing of the driveway. There's a more extensive project that's going to be needed, but that's going to unfortunately have to be down the road. They've also paid a $50% deposit for the entire services, and they're submitting permitting at this time, so we're just asking an extension.
City opposed to an extension?
No, 63 days.
Okay. The time will be extended to, do you want an order to reappear or not?
No.
Okay. The time will be extended 63 days, which would be April 14th, 2026.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 34, Inspector Paulette Del Grasso, case number CE 25050435, case address 535 Hendricks Isle, owner Amarillo PMG. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 11/19/25. 1 suspension from 11/19/25 to 1/29/26. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $1,200 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Could you state
Good
your
morning.
name for the record, please?
Yes, Richard Abdo, I'm president of Burton Point Condo Association.
Okay.
And Barbara Sullivan, treasurer of the corporation.
Okay, thank you. Let me hear from Ms.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grasso for the city. The case and addressor is read. The city is requesting a 140-day extension and stay of fines in light of the water main replacement project occurring on Hendricks Isle that began February 2nd.
I'm sure you're not opposed to that, are you?
We're loving it.
Yeah, 147. All right, the time will be extended to July 7th, 2026, and the fines will be suspended during that period of time. Good luck
Thank you
to
very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm sorry?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So the city has told us that the replacement of the water lines, they're opening up the entire street, will take 2 years. We all got paperwork, which we brought today. So will we then come back for another extension?
Well, I tell you what, I'll let you talk to staff about that. I'm basically going to extend it till July, and we'll see where we're at. You want to comment on that or not?
I will defer to the manager of our department regarding that.
Yes, Special Magistrate. At the 147 days, we can come back and revisit it at that time.
Okay.
So it's due in order to reappear then?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He said he's going to come visit.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 9, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25090410, case address 3671 Southwest 23rd Court, owner Beatrice Forbes, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Beatrice Forbes.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 250904110 for the property located at 3671 Southwest 23rd Court. The case was first cited on September 16, 2025 for the following violations. 18-4C is complied. 47-34.4.A.1 is complied. 9-280H1, the fence at this property has graffiti on it. 9-304B, there are trailers, some with boats, some with jet skis, and some that are empty, parked on the grass lawn area. The asphalt driveway is faded and has areas with holes in the apron. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 22031-098. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the property and on the swale. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 22031-098. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-306 is complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4, 2025, and the following violations remained. 9-280H1, 9-304B, and 9-305B. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 15 days for violation 9-280H1 and a compliance deadline of 28 days for violations 9-304B and 9-305B, or a fine of $50 per day per violation to run thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
The property is rented, and as of this weekend, I did receive some pictures that the vehicles are all gone. The driveway's been repaved, and they've the grass is coming along. They've put some lawn down.
Sod down?
I have pictures. Yes, they have.
What about the fence?
My understanding is the graffiti was painted over. I don't have a picture of that. The only two pictures.
Have you been by the property?
I went by the property before this past weekend when they sent me pictures of the driveway done and the grass.
City's looking for 15 days on the vehicles, the trailers and stuff like that. To move them or be subject to a fine?
Those are gone.
Okay, they got to confirm that, though.
Okay, absolutely.
And then the other thing is that they're looking for 28 days on the landscaping. Can you comply with that? You think, you believe it's in compliance?
Yes, that's correct.
When was the last time you were out there?
February 4th.
Okay. When did you get the pictures?
February 7th, either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, I'm going to find that the violations exist. I mean, it sounds like you're either close, and they're going to give you 15 days for the trailer. You think that's complied. So for violation 4734.4A1, there'll be 15 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day. For the other two violations, it'll be 28 days to come into compliance, which would be March 10th or face a fine of $50 a day for each violation. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
I have a question. Do I have to come back to court, or do I have to come back?
I'll be doing a reinspection, and if everything is complied, then that'll be it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 20, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25080745, case address 810 Northwest 57th Court, owner Mocha Monarch LLC, posted at property 12726, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
James Mears.
And your relationship to the owner?
I'm the owner.
Okay.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This property was first cited on August 28, 2025, and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 15-28 has complied. Violation 47-20.20.H has complied. Violation 9-306, the exterior building walls has not been maintained. There's areas that have stained and missing peeling paint. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 8, 2026, and the property remained in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days for violation 9-306 or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir. Is there anything you want to say?
Well, we've got the paving done, as you can see.
Right.
It's 100% done. We've got a contract now for getting the whole building painted, which hopefully will start this week.
Can you do it in 28 days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's supposed to start this week, latest next week.
Okay. All right. I'll find that violation 9-306 still exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance, which would be March 10th or face a fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case, page 40, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 24120507, case address 2710 Northeast 56th Court, owner EP North FTL LLC. This case was first heard 3/11/25 to comply by 4/8/25 and 7/8/25. Two sections complied at $50 per day, $1,450 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Samuel Edelman, owner.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the full amount to be imposed.
Yes, sir.
Well, I would like to request that the fine either be reduced or revoked. We had significant delays in part because of permitting issues, and then loss of a contractor and workers because of we couldn't get workers because of the ice raids. So all of this combined led to the delay of getting things done.
What's the administrative cost on this?
$580.
How much?
$580.
$580? Yes. All right, I'll reduce it to administrative costs.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case, page 21, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25090524, case address 4725 North Federal Highway, owner Holy Cross Hospital, Inc., personal service on 12826, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
morning.
Good morning. Dan Matlow, VLP Copenhagen Spino for Holy Cross.
Okay.
With me here is Adrian Parks.
Okay.
Inspector Kendra with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the case and address as read. This property was first cited on September 21st, 2025, and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 47-19.5.D.5. There is a buffer wall at this CB zone property that needs repair. Violation 9-305B has complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4th, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 91 days for violation 47-19.5.D.5 or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter. Special Magistrate, I would like to state that the property does have a permit on file, BLDGN 26010-586.
Okay. Is this on the west side of the property?
Yes.
By the emergency room? Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I know that. Okay. Anything you want to say?
Well, just for the record, the hospital didn't receive notice of this violation. It's dated January 7th. It was not delivered to the hospital till January 27th. So 20 days after the date on the violation notice was when they actually got the copy. I was speaking with the inspector. We're going to try to improve that in the future because somehow there was a communication breakdown. They immediately went forward with permitting. They couldn't get the permit issued immediately because of they needed a site survey. That was accomplished.
Okay.
They now have got the...
City's looking to give you 91 days.
That should be sufficient, provided that if the city issues the permit in the next 30 days, I'm told that the work can get done within 60 after that, so 91 will be fine. If the city takes more than 30 days to get the permit issued, then we're going to have an issue.
You want to do an order to reappear?
Yes, we can do order to reappear just to be on the safe side.
We'll do an order to reappear, which would mean you could come back here and plead your case at the 91 day. What day is the hearing? That 91. Okay. Well, that would be the. Is that the hearing date itself, May 12th? Yes. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to find that the violation exists. I don't think that's in dispute. The respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. There'll be an order to reappear at the May 12th hearing, if necessary. If it's complied, you won't have to do that.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, folks.
Our next case, page 18, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 25110168, case address 647 Northwest 14th Terrace, owner Viola Blunt and Barris Mouchette, posted at property 12126, posted at Winnie's Broward 12226.
Guess they left.
Our next case, page 37, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 2506-0813, case address 2961 Southwest 17th Place, owner Frederick G. Barron. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section not complied at $50 per day, $5,950 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Frederick Varan.
Okay. Thank you.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 25060-813 for the property located at 2961 Southwest 17th Place. At the hearing on September 9, Special Magistrate Duty ordered 35 days to comply or a $50 per day to run thereafter. The notice of hearing was posted at the property on January 23, 2026. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 8, 2026, and the violation 47-39.A.1.B6B remained. The city is requesting the full imposition of the fines and for the fines to continue to accrue.
Yes, sir.
Several issues which I've discussed with him. First of all, it's a dead-end street. There's no traffic. Nobody can see my house. It's a dead-end street with only 3 houses. The problem was an 8-foot kayak on a frame on my driveway, not a 20-foot boat on a trailer or any that several of my neighbors have had. And I don't think, I did nothing wrong, and I think this is ridiculous.
Kayak's still there, right?
Yeah, it ain't moving.
You're not moving it?
No.
Okay.
Well, until I sell it, hopefully I'm going to sell
Well,
it.
to be honest, I was going to give you more additional time, but if you're not going to move it, you're not going to move it, so I'll impose the fine. Thank you, sir.
Why is that a problem? I don't understand.
Because the code doesn't allow, you want to,
Yeah, the code doesn't allow for outdoor storage of a kayak. If it were a boat on a trailer on the driveway, that would be okay.
I'll give
but-
you one last opportunity. Do you want to move it?
I can put it in the side yard, I suppose, but I mean, I still think it's ridiculous, but that's...
Okay, I'll extend it. If he puts it in the side yard, is it going to be in compliance?
If it were behind the fence, then yes, it would be in
Okay, so
compliance.
he just has to move this thing behind the fence.
That's correct.
All right, I'm going to extend it 28 days.
I can have a big boat on a trailer, but not a little kayak on a frame.
I'm dealing with a case on a kayak. There's been lots of ones in which people have had to move boats. I've done those hearings, so I'm going to give you an additional 28 days to move it.
Whatever.
Okay?
I guess.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the fine will be suspended during that period of time.
Our next case, page 15. Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25110276, case address 2316 Southwest 34th Terrace, owner Delightful FL4 LLC, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
They're all compliant, aren't they? Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Sam Coffey.
You're on behalf of the owner, is that right?
Yes,
Okay. What's your relationship to them?
I'm a managing member.
Managing member. Okay.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 25110276 for the property located at 2316 Southwest 34th Terrace. The case was first cited on November 10, 2025 for the following violations. 18-1 is complied. 18-4C is complied. 9-304B is complied. There is a vehicle parked on the grass lawn area. The driveway has holes where the gravel underneath is showing through. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 24110342. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-305B is complied. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the swale. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 24110342. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. All the violations were complied as of December 13, 2025. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violations 9-304B and 9-305B.
Yes, sir.
We have corrected everything. I guess my tenant was having some problems with, she had a niece that passed away and left one of the cars for her. I've owned the property for about 14 years, and we've only had 2 code violations. I know, unfortunately, it's been in the last 12 months, but I've talked to
I think what they're
her.
looking for is just a finding of fact that the violations exist, so if they reoccur, that they can be cited as soon as they occur, and the fines can be greater in repeat violation status.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a finding in each of those violations, the 9-304B and 9-305B existed. There'll be no fine imposed. But again, you'll be put on notice that if they were to see them again, they'll cite them right away, and the fine amounts will be greater.
The only thing I'd like to add is I've registered myself as the landlord registered agent, and for some reason I'm not getting a phone call from people, because if I got a phone call, I can address
You know what? I'll let you talk to staff about that outside the hearing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 36. Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 25020634, case address 2201 Northwest 6th Place, owner Prakash Babul. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/19/25 and 11/19/25. 2 sections not complied at $100 per day, $22,700 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Prakash Babulal.
Okay.
Name, case, and address, and location as read. At the Special Magistrate on 9/9/2025, Special Magistrate duty ordered 71 days to comply for violation 47, TAC 21.9.m, and 10 days to comply for violation 18, TAC 12A, or $100 per day for violation thereafter, per violation thereafter. The property was posted on 1/22/2026. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 2/2/26, and both violations remain. The city is requesting a full position of fines which continue to accrue, and the owner is here to request a
The
extension.
original hearing date, time for compliance was what? Did you say 71 days?
It says for 4721.9M was 10 days, and 1812A, or $100 per day thereafter.
10 days for both?
71 days, I'm sorry, for 4721.9M is 71 days, and 10 days for 18 TAC 12A.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Since then, I put a fence around the property. I need a little bit more time for the grass. That's not updated.
Is this a recent picture?
No. It took a little bit longer to get the permit for the fence, but the fence is in as of last
You have a
week.
permit? You do have a permit
Yes,
for this
I do.
fence?
It's here.
Okay. All right, how much additional time do you need?
To get the grass going, 30 days, 60 days.
What about, is the trash and debris still there?
There is some trash there. There's a barbecue place across the street. There's also a church that holds a lot of events, and they are constantly parking on his property. So it's a little bit, there's a lot of traffic going through there. So he has a little bit of a tough time every now and then.
Okay.
With it.
I try cleaning it up. I try cleaning the property like almost
Yeah.
2-3 days a week, and
Yeah, I
but
think
still
that's
with
what
the traffic in that area.
Basically what he's telling me. Can you take care of it in 28 days?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, I'll extend the time for 28 days. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
That's for the grass or for the trash?
Both.
I could get the grass down, but the trash, like I say, every day.
Well, you're going to have to find a way to deal with it. I can't give you the authority to just ignore it, so, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
All right, so
Our next case, page 10. Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25090411, case address 2321 Southwest 37th Terrace, owner Christian Michael and Luna Lirizana, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, sir. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Christian Liraz.
Okay. Are you the owner?
Yeah.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 250900411 for the property located at 2321 Southwest 37th Terrace. This case was first cited on September 16, 2025 for the following violations. 18-4C is complied. 47-34.4.B.1 is complied. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the swale. 9-306, there are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. Some of the walls have stains, some of the drip lines have stains. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4, 2025, and the following violations remained: 9-305B and 9-306. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 63 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation to run thereafter.
Yes, sir.
I do speak English.
I'm sorry?
No English.
No English?
No.
Do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English?
All right, so básicamente, I'm going to explain to him what was just. Oh, there we go. All right. Esta es tu propiedad, ¿no? Okay, so básicamente pues, es lo que hablamos antes, ¿no? Las dos cosas que quedan es la grama que está ausente, ¿no? En unas áreas, y entonces el exterior del edificio necesita ser o limpiado o pintado, y él te está dando 28 días. ¿Tú necesitas más tiempo que 28 días?
No, también 28 días.
Okay, y tú entiendes lo que tienes que hacer. All right, I explained to him what the violations were.
Yeah, go ahead. Right.
Sorry. And, well, I also...
I think they said 63.
63.
Oh, 63.
63.
Oh, 63 días. No, 20, I'm sorry. 63 days. And he's okay with that.
He's okay with that? Okay. And he knows what he needs to do?
¿Tú entiendes?
Yeah.
Okay, so there'll be 63 days, which would be April 14th, or a fine of $50 per day for each violation. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raphael.
Our next case, page 16, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 25110166, case address 636 Northwest 14th Terrace, owner Emiliano Santos and Matthew Santos, posted at property 12726, posted at Winnie's Broward 12226.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
I have to swear him in. He didn't stand when I told him to.
You raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Name, case, and address as read.
Matthew Santos.
Okay, thank you.
Name, case, and address as read. This property was first inspected on 11/18/2025 and given time to correct for the following violations. 1812A complied, 47 TAC 20.20H complied, 9 TAC 280H1. The wooded fence on the property is in disrepair. It is not being maintained as required. There are sections that have damage or missing slates, leaning, or not secure. The fence at this property is in disrepair, and it was observed on the left and right side of the property. 9 TAC 304B, there is a black trailer parked on the grass or lawn, which is not an approved parking surface. 9 TAC 305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover, including but not limited to the swell area of the property. The property was posted on 1/21/26. My pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 2/2/26. The property remained in violation. 4 violations, 9 TAC 280H1 and 9 TAC 304B. The city is requesting compliance within 28 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. 4 violation, 9 TAC 305B. The city is requesting compliance within 63 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
So the fence, I already fixed it and I painted it all one solid color. I had showed him a picture. As for the side where the trailer is right now,
I'm sorry, just a minute. Does he need a permit for the fence or not?
No, he didn't need a permit for it. He just needed
Okay.
to fix some slates and paint it.
Okay, and then paint it. And you haven't been out there to see whether or not looks
just-
like the slates are there but not painted.
No, it's painted now. He showed me some photos earlier today, before the hearing. I just need to schedule a time to go and
Okay,
take care
all
of
right.
this.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
and as for the lawn on the, like when you walk towards the house
Yeah.
area, I had thrown landscape fabric, but he told me I need to go get a permit in order to throw rocks. So I'm already in the process of the permit.
Okay. Why don't we do 63 days on the other 2 violations? I mean, the fence might be complied anyway.
Okay.
Right? Well, 28 days to move. You got a place to put the trailer?
I could park it right out in the front again.
I don't think you can do that, can you?
The trailer can be
Magistrate?
parked on that surface in front. That's fine, as long as
You can do it?
The city is not opposed to the 63 days. I understand why you're trying to ask for it, so he could go through the permitting process to get the appropriate surface
just
put
make it
down.
all consistent.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'm going to find that the 3 violations exist. The respondent will be given 63 days, which is going to be April 14th, to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 per day per violation. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 23, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2408-0132, case address 321 Southwest 29th Terrace, owner Leroy Reynolds, posted at property 12626, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name?
Leroy Reynolds.
Thank you.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 8/12/24, and the following violations were observed. 18-12 (8) is complied. 18-4 (C), there is a derelict vehicle on the or trailer on the swell or the property. A black Mercedes-Benz with front end damage and grass-covered tires. Also a black Hyundai sedan, a trailer with no wheels or license plate filled with miscellaneous bulk trash, and a trailer with an attached boat with no license plate. 25-4 is complied. 47-34.1.8.1 is complied as of 2/9/26. 9-304 (B), the driveway at the property is stained with a black substance, has cracks and weeds growing throughout. There has been contact with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As of pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 18-4 (C) and 47-34.1.8.1, 15 days or $50 per day thereafter. And for the violation of 9-304 (B), 63 days or $50 per day thereafter.
Yeah, I thought 47-34.1A1 complied.
Yes, sorry, take that away.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So we have the trailer and the driveway, right?
The trailer and the driveway, yes. The derelict vehicles and the driveway.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious, what's wrong with the driveway, though? Because I know you said there was a stain.
Yeah, the stains from the cars being parked
Right, it
on.
had already been pressure cleaned. The driveway had been pressure cleaned.
She needs to confirm that.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Well, I went by yesterday and they were still, it was still stained yesterday.
There's one spot, where the Mustang is underneath the car, so because that one I couldn't move.
No problem.
But the other ones have been pressure cleaned. The rest of the driveway's pressure cleaned already,
Okay.
and the sidewalk.
No problem.
But I know what you were saying about the vehicles that are outside by the road. One of them was removed, and
That's the
right,
one
that's
from
what you were saying
yesterday.
right there. That
Yes,
spot.
that's the one from
Okay.
yesterday.
Right, that one has to be cleaned because
Yes.
the other car was there before. He couldn't clean it.
Yes.
So that'll be cleaned. I'll have him clean it.
She's looking for, the city's looking for 15 days on the vehicles. Can you move them 15 days?
Which vehicles are you referring to, though? Because the Mercedes is already gone. Well,
Okay, you see the trailer? That's still there,
trailer
and then
and the
there's
boat?
a boat, correct. And
Right.
for the record, Special Magistrate, the issue with towing them, which I have tried to do, is that there are cars parked blocking them on the swell parked on the road. That's the issue. I actually have tried to come by and tow. It's just, it's like there's a truck, there's always a truck, and now there's a burgundy vehicle that continues to block the vehicles and the trailer and the boat that's on the swell, making it impossible for a tow truck to come in and take them.
the burgundy vehicle.
That's parked on the
Kia-
street
right,
behind
it's
the truck.
It's in the driveway. Actually, where you saw that stain,
Yes.
it's there.
You
It's
put it
parked
there
right there.
as of yesterday?
Yes, yesterday, I think you did the day before.
You're talking about
when
the
you
city?
came through,
Are you talking about the city going to tow those vehicles?
Yes.
Okay.
because, well, that's what I was asking her about, because actually the boat and the trailer belong to my son, and I'm trying to get them moved out of the way. He wants to do a scrapping business, so that's why he has the trailer.
Well, he can do a scrapping business, but he can't do it there, so he's got to move
Right,
this stuff.
so is it illegal if it's in the driveway?
It has to be registered.
Okay, that's, okay.
The city's looking for 15 days on the trailer, okay?
Okay.
And 63 days on the driveway.
Okay. Well, he can pressure clean the driveway today because it's just one spot. I know that you're,
Right.
that you're referring to right now that I see from the picture.
Okay. I'm going to find that two violations exist. The respondent will be given 15 days for 18-4C and 63 days for 9-304B, or face a fine of $50 a day for each violation. Good luck to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 11. Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25100158, case address 2041 Southwest 38th Avenue. Owner Jamie C. DeFall and Dallas Barnes, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 251000158 for the property located at 2041 Southwest 38th Avenue. The case was first cited on October 6, 2025 for the following violations. 47-34.1.a.1 is complied. 9-304B, there is a vehicle and a trailer with a boat on it parked on the grass to the north side of the driveway. The driveway is in disrepair. There are cracks and holes throughout. The gravel driveway on the south side of the property is in disrepair. The gravel is worn away and there is grass growing through the remaining gravel. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This includes the areas of the swale where small amounts of gravel remain. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 2, 2026, and the following violations remained: 9-304B and 9-305B. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 91 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation to run thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Asphalt has been resurfaced, and
They're going to have to confirm that, but okay, go ahead.
and there's fresh gravel down on the swale and the side of the house.
Okay. And again, they have to confirm that. What about the boat? What about the boat?
The boat's on the side of the house where the gravel's been refreshed. But
That'd
I'm
be all
moving
right?
things around.
Yeah, that'll be all right if it's there like that, yeah.
All right, I'm going to find that the violations do exist because they have to confirm them.
But the sod, I've had, as soon as somebody gets green sod in right now, it'll be done.
Okay, they're giving you 91 days, which would be May 12th. Okay, I'm going to find the violations exist, subject to confirmation by the code officer. The respondent will be given until May 12th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day per violation. Good luck.
Our next case, page 33. Inspector Paulette Del Grasso, case number CE 25030691, case address 2240 East Sunrise Boulevard. Owner, Consolidated Sunrise LLC, in care of CVS Health. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section not complied at $150 per day, $17,850 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Jacqueline Enderica.
Okay. Are you the owner?
I representing the ownership group.
Okay. Your relationship to them is what?
I work for them in the asset management team.
Okay. You're from the city, please.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grasso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address is read. This matter was first inspected on May 26th and cited for the violation regarding the mooring structure in disrepair. To date, plans were submitted on February 3rd and are under review with the City of Fort Lauderdale's Building Department. The project proposes to demolish the existing overwater concrete dock. However, due to the delay, since this has been opened since May the 26th, the city is seeking the full imposition of fines.
Yes.
Okay, we've been in contact with Inspector De Grosso. We are the property owners of the CVS parcel. We lease that property to the CVS. Unfortunately, the notices were sent to their corporate offices, posted in their premises. The manager, the store manager fails to notify us. Now with Inspector De Grosso, she's been in contact with me directly.
When did you get involved?
I'm sorry?
When did you get involved?
When we were noticed last year.
Okay. So
And
you've been
then we've
involved-
hired, yes, and since then we've
I
hired,
just want to understand, because there was this issue about notice, but you've known for how long?
since I would say May of last year or June of
Were you
last
at
year.
the hearing?
No, I was not. We were not aware of that hearing until.
What's taken so long?
Because we hired, we had to engage an engineer to work on the plans. We were actually in the process of also trying to get a reconstruction of the dock. We were told that would take too long, so we kind of like separated, and we're going to do it in phases. So first, what we've submitted to the city is a demolition plan. And once we're completed with that, we'll start with the reconstruction.
How long do you think it'll take you to do it?
It's right away. We've already engaged with a contractor. We've given
How
already
long
a
do-
deposit.
How long do you think, though?
They told us that they will mobilize right away as soon as the permit is issued. So I know that the city is reviewing the plans at this moment. Once it's issued, they'll be ready to mobilize because we've already engaged and given the deposit to the contractor.
Special Magistrate?
Yeah.
To your left. When did you guys apply for the permit?
It was originally in December, I believe, but we had to withdraw that one because the contractor that we had hired, we actually owned the property next door, an office building, and we did some seawall repair a few years ago. So we hired the same contractor, but we were having issues with the insurance requirements. So now we engage with a different contractor, given the deposit. They've provided all the insurance requirements, and this is a company that we're going with. They're giving their deposit again, so as soon as the permit is issued, they'll mobilize and start the demolition process.
February
3rd.
Yeah, Special Magistrate, this case is from March of 2025. We're at a year now. As you know, we're going to be going back into hurricane season pretty soon here, so I would be opposed to any other extensions, and it's a massive, right? And I would request that we impose the fines. Once they get the permit issued and the repairs done, then we can revisit the fines at that point. But I think it's prudent that we impose the fines so they can move.
Okay, I'm gonna accept the city's recommendation and impose the fine.
Is there any, like, a 30-day, they told us that they will do the work
I think what they're
immediately.
telling, I remember this case. I remember this
We
case.
were not present.
But I was. I remember.
Yeah.
It. And it was quite a while ago.
Yes.
I mean, I can understand to some extent what your complications, but it's been a very long time. I'm going to accept the city's recommendation. After you come into compliance, there's ways to approach mitigating the fine. You can make an argument to do that anyway. We're going to go that route. So thank you.
Okay, so the fines will be imposed, and then we could
Yes.
come to the city, and once
Well, after
the
you-
work
after
is
you
completed?
comply.
Perfect. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And where do I get the fine information? To have that? All right.
Well, the order will come in the mail, and just
Right.
so you know, the
You're not in
mailing out, the
compliance.
property mailing address is to CVS, to a PO box in Maryland.
Is that where you want it to go?
That's the issue, that it goes to their corporate offices, and we're not notified.
Where do you want
but-
it to go?
But she has our information. She's in, Inspector De Grosso has our information, and she's been very good in notifying us with any progress.
You can get a
right.
courtesy copy, but just so you know, all official mail, we're required by statute to send it to the property address that's located on BCPA.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
understand
something
that.
that the property owner put on the property appraiser's website.
Yes, I completely understand.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Our next case, page 29, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25120279, case address 1050 Alabama Avenue, owner Alva Eliza Espinoza, posted at property 12626, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
No hablo inglés.
Rafael, we need a translator.
Thank you.
They just sent me a text. Jessica? You're next, Jessica. Do they have to swear it again? You don't have to swear it again.
Look at that. La propiedad que está localizada.
Ready? Okay. Inspector Rachel Moore presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 12/9/25, and the following violations were observed. 18-12 parentheses A is complied. However, this is a recurring violation per case CE 240400272. There's overgrowth, trash, and rubbish and debris on this property and/or its swell. 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1. The fence at this property is in disrepair and not being maintained as required. The chain link fence on both sides of the property is detached from the fence poles. 9-304 parentheses B. There are vehicles parked on the grass lawn area. A silver SUV and a beige sedan are both being parked on the lawn of the property. Also, the driveway of the property has black stains within the asphalt. This is also a recurring violation per case CE 240400272. 9-305 parentheses B. The landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a recurring violation per case CE 240400272. 9-306. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that have stains and or missing paint. 9-308 parentheses B, there is debris, trash, or another element which is not present on the roof. The roof is stained with a black substance. And 9-363, failure to register the residential property and dwelling within the city. The free application has not been submitted. There has been no contact with the property owner regarding these cited violations. As of the pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9/26, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 9-363, 15 days or $100 per day thereafter. For the violation of 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1, 9-304 parentheses B, 9-305 parentheses B, 9-306, and 9-308 parentheses B, 63 days or $100 per day per violation thereafter.
Yes.
I explained to her as the inspector was reading out all the violations. This is a rental property, she said, and she's in the middle of evicting them, in the beginning stages of evicting them. She understands about the overgrowth, the missing sod, the chain link fence on both sides of the property, the exterior walls.
What about the vehicles?
The vehicles, she says that they've been removed. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Los vehículos tú los removiste de la propiedad, los que no tenían placa o le faltaba placa.
Hay uno que no tiene placa que le dije a la señora que lo moviera, que lo tenía que quitar.
So todavía está ahí.
Ese está ahí todavía y si me toca llamar una grúa, se lo tengo que hacer.
Yeah. There is one vehicle left that doesn't have a tag, and she's already told the tenant they have to tow it out of there, get it out of there. But she says if they don't do it, then she'll have a tow company go out there and remove the vehicle.
Can you ask her what the beginning stages of eviction actually means? Like, what has she actually
Y
done?
cuando usted dijo que estaba empezando el proceso de sacarlo de la propiedad, ¿usted ya contactó a un abogado
No he
o
contactado a un
ha ido a la
abogado.
corte
No,
o no ha hecho nada?
todo ha sido verbal y me dijeron que iban a desocupar para el 15. Si me desocupan en buenos términos, el 15
Okay.
yo empiezo a hacer todo lo de la casa normal y no obstante, no, ya empecé. Y no obstante a eso, yo, como dice, si no se van el 15, me toca ya contactar a un abogado.
Okay. She has spoken to them verbally and told them they need to be out by the 15th, but no, as far as court filings or nothing, she says if they're not out by the 15th, then that's her next step is to get an attorney and to get the eviction process started. But she says that what she can do around the outside, she's done as much as she can, but there is one vehicle left.
Es el primerito que está de allá.
Can she register the property in 15 days? Is that sufficient
Tú puedes
time?
registrar
Yeah.
la propiedad en 15 días, ¿verdad? Eso es lo que le dije. Baja la app y ahí tú
free.
Yes, he
Okay.
says yes.
Sí.
Okay. I just wondered what the process was, but I'm told it's online and free, so that seems relatively simple. Okay, I'm going to find, what do we, 1812A, are you looking for a finding of fact, or you just, that's complied though, right?
No, I would like a finding of fact on all recurring violations, which is 18-12 parentheses A.
Okay, 1812A is in compliance, but I'll make a finding of fact that it did in fact exist. The remaining violations, the respondent's going to be given 63 days, which is April 14th, to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 per day per
Todos los
violation.
demás te van a dar 63 días.
¿Este cuál es? El del vehículo.
No, esta es la grama que está.
Oh, I'm sorry,
larga.
15A, yes,
Yes.
15 days, which would be February 25th for the registration, rental registration.
Estos son 15 días.
Ese es.
Esta es la registración.
Okay.
Lo que te dije.
So Raphael, if she's got 15 days to register,
Yes.
and then the remaining ones are 63 days or
63,
100.
yeah, that's right. I'm writing it down for her.
Okay.
So she can
Thank
know
you.
which. The fine was
$100 a day per violation.
O cada una fuese $100 diarios, si no lo tienes hecho en los días que él te puso, ¿ok? Yo te puse aquí los días para que usted supiera 63 días. Yo te digo, yo te muestro allá afuera. I'll show you out there. All right, I'm going to show her
Thank
how
you.
to
Okay,
register.
thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Our next case, page 4. Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 25110773, case address 835 Solar Isle Drive, owner Judith L. Sebring, posted at property 12626, posted at Wendy's Broward 12226.
Hi.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Lauren Alvarez on behalf of the property owner, Judith Sebring.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grosso. On
Sorry,
behalf
just
of
one,
the
and your relationship to the owner is, you are
Their attorney.
their attorney. Thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grosso. On behalf of the city, the case and address are as read. This matter was first inspected on December 2nd, 2025, and cited for the following violation: 47191F. There is a temporary fence that has been erected on the dock and/or seawall of this RS8 zoned property that is prohibited within 5 feet of the waterway. This is a recurring violation per 2 other cases when the property was cited for the same violation. This case will be heard by the special magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not, and the city is seeking a finding of fact. The installation of the temporary fence on the dock and/or seawall is a recurring violation. A $100 daily fine will be assessed if it is observed again.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. I do apologize that we're here again. The fence has been taken down, and it was put up in place solely for the safety of her grandchildren. And if it is put up again, it will be 5 feet behind the waterway, or perhaps in compliance with section 4719.5,
All right.
temporary.
So it's in compliance today?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, so what they're looking for is a finding of fact, which I'm going to make, that it didn't exist. The pictures show that as well. And what they're saying is if they see it again, it'll be $100 a day as soon as they see it. Okay? So I'm going to make that finding of fact, and they'll be put on notice. Thank you.
Our next case, page 20, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25090332, case address 5099 DuPont Boulevard, owner Roselli Holdings 10 LLC, posted at property 12726, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Romario Morgan.
Okay, and we have the power of attorney, I think, that you submitted. Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case and address as read. This property was first cited on September 13, 2025, and given to correct the following violations. Violation 47-20.20. Parentheses H. The parking facility is not maintained at this RMM 25 property. The black tops and stripes are faded. The wheel stops are faded and out of place. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4th, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 63 days for violation 47-20.20, parentheses H, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Property manager.
Right.
Yeah, we have already commenced most of the work. One half of the parking lot is already completed, the north lot in particular.
You have permits for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. City's looking for 63 days. Can you finish it in 63 days?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. All right.
We have already commenced it on the north lot. That's already completed. It's already restriped, repaved. Parking stubs already installed. We're just looking to do the south side as well.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until April 14th to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have one more.
Oh.
Next case, also page 20, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25080173, case address Northeast 51st Street, owner Roselli Holdings 10 LLC, posted at property 12826, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
So, Special Magistrate, this property right here has two joint parking lots. They were just under different parcels. So this the west side of the parking lot. This property was first cited on August 18, 2025, and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 18-12A has complied. Violation 47-20.20, parentheses H. The parking facility is not maintained at this RMM 25 zone property. The parking facility is discolored, and the parking stripes are faded. Violation 9-305B has complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 63 days for violation 47-20.20, parentheses H, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Same case, same issues, though, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. I'll find that the violation exists, and it'll be 63 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 a day.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 12, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25100852, case address 1990 Southwest 37th Avenue, owner Audrey Robotham, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record.
How are you? Audrey Robotham.
Thank you.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 2510852 for the property located at 1990 Southwest 37th Avenue. This case was first cited on October 27, 2025 for the following violations. 18-12A is complied. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 25050-739. This case will be presented to the special magistrate whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. All violations were complied as of November 8, 2025. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 18-12A.
Yes. What they're asking me to do is this. Their testimony is that the property is in compliance. They want what's called a finding of fact, which I determine whether or not the violation did exist at one point. What that means is if it were to reoccur, they could cite you as soon as they see it, and the fine amounts could be greater. Is there anything you want to add to that?
Unfortunately, believe it or not, that was the most beautiful house in the neighborhood, landscaping. It was rented out, and the tenant had totally destroyed my home. So I'm in the process of redoing everything. The sprinkler was just done, and I'm going to have the grass replaced. And unfortunately, I was out of town. I didn't know all this was occurring.
Okay, so again, it's in compliance.
It
They
is.
want a finding of fact that it existed, which is what I'll do.
Right. But when I spoke to the other gentleman, he stated that I wasn't going to be fined as long as the property was taken care of.
There's no fine.
Oh, there is. Oh, I thought you said
There is
there
no
were.
fine. No,
Okay.
I'm making a finding of fact that it
Oh, okay.
existed. They do that because the statute requires that in every case, a person be given an opportunity to correct it unless it's a repeat violation.
Okay.
If it's a repeat violation, they cite it as soon as they see it, which is what they're setting up if they need to do that in this
Okay.
case. So there's no fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 24, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 24100730, case address 2781 Southwest 2nd Court, owner Barbara Gatson and Shakira Jackson, posted at property 12626, posted at Wayne's Broward 12226.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Barbara Jackson.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Shakira Jackson.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 10/30/24, and the following violations were observed. 18-12 parentheses A is complied. 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1. The fence of this property is in disrepair and not being maintained as required. At this time, the garden wall in front of the property home is cracked and damaged. However, the wooden fence was removed. 9-304 parentheses B, the driveway at this property is stained with oil and has potholes and cracks throughout. 9-306 is complied as a 2-9. 9-313 parentheses A, the property is not identified by approved address numbers. There has been contact with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As per pre-hearing inspection dated 2-9, the property does remain out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 9-313 parentheses A, for the address, 15 days or $50 per day thereafter. And for the remaining violations, 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1 and 9-304 parentheses B, 63 days or $50 per day thereafter.
Yes, folks. Anything you want to say?
Okay, just for clarification, so,
Yeah, I need to hear that.
okay, just for clarification.
A little closer.
For
Don't be shy.
Okay. For clarification, how much time you're allowing?
Here's
us-
what they're going to do. They want 15 days on the address numbers,
Okay,
and then there's 63 days, which would be April 14th for the
garden wall?
Garden wall and the driveway.
okay,
Okay? Or a fine of $50 a day for each violation.
okay.
Okay?
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to find that the violations do exist. The respondent will be given those respective dates for compliance or face fine of $50 a day for each violation. Good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
Our next case, page 14, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25100840, case address 3775 Southwest 19th Street, owner Hunter Van Buren and Susan Townsend, posted at property 11426, posted at Wayne's Broward 12226.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record?
Hunter Van Buren.
Okay.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 251000840 for the property located at 3775 Southwest 19th Street. This case was first cited on October 27, 2025 for the following violations. 18-12A, there is trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale. There are dead branches, palm fronds, and cardboard boxes throughout the property and the swale. 47-34.1.A.1. There's illegal land use occurring at this RS-8 zone property. There are bags of mulch, brown foam, and other miscellaneous items being stored outdoors. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the swale. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 230900413. This case will be presented to the special magistrate whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4, 2026, and all the violations remained. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 15 days for violations 18-12A and 47-34.1.A.1, and a compliance deadline of 28 days for violation 9-305B, or a fine of $50 per day per violation to run thereafter.
Yes, sir.
All of these things have been corrected. All of them. There's no longer any trash anywhere. I've put sod down on the swale. I've also made sure there's no illegal land use. There's no brown foam. There's no mulch. There is no, well, there's
He'll
nothing
have
else
to,
there.
okay, so he'll have to confirm that. So
No
what he's
problem.
looking for is the period of time to come into compliance. If you've taken care of it, as you say, shouldn't be an issue, but he needs to go out and confirm that. So
Absolutely.
I'll find that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 15 days for 1812A and 47-341A1, and 28 days, by the way, is March 10th, for the landscaping violation. Again, he can go out and confirm what you said.
And do I contact Mr. Fletcher for compliance?
Yes, I can meet with you right after this, and
Okay.
we can.
I have pictures also if you want.
Oh, okay, I do have to confirm
No,
on
no
my
problem.
own, though.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
then I can get your phone number, too,
Sure.
while I'm back there.
Okay,
Sure.
thanks, folks. See you.
Next case, page 28. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25100650, case address 3820 Southwest 9th Court, owner Edward and Sylvania Jenkins, personal service on 12626, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Edward Jenkins.
Okay, thank you.
What?
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 10/22/25, and the following violations were observed. 18-11(A). The pool at this occupied property has green stagnant water and is not being maintained on a regular basis. In this condition, it presents a health and safety issue for the community, and that it may become a breeding ground for mosquitoes and is a public nuisance. 18-12(A). There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property, and its swell. The backyard of the property is overgrown with vegetation. 47-39.A.1.B, there is outside storage at this RS 6.7 irregular residential zone property, consisting of but not limited to plastic bins, boards, plastic wraps, and other miscellaneous items that was covered in vegetation. This is a recurring violation per case CE 24040684 and 9-280(H)(1). The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The wooden fence in the backyard of this property has fallen into the neighboring yards. The fence also has vegetation growing on it and has missing and broken slats. This is also a recurring violation per case CE 24040684. 9-306, the exterior building walls in the back of this property has not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, has missing or peeling paint. The back of the property has unpainted fascia boards and plaster on the property in some areas. This is a recurring violation per case CE 24040684. 9-07 parentheses A was withdrawn. There has been ongoing contact with the property owner regarding the cited violations. The property owner has also been working with the Housing Community Development Department in order to bring the property into compliance. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9/26, the property does remain out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 18-11 parentheses A, 18-12 parentheses A, 47-39.8.1.B parentheses 6 parentheses B, 10 days or $50 per day thereafter. And for the violation of 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1 and 9-306, 91 days or $50 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm working on it, but I need more time. I'm suffering with
Well, the city's looking to give you, there's a couple of short compliance dates. The pool, the trash, and the outdoor storage, they're looking for 10 days. Can you do it in 10 days?
Well, he probably not for, well, the pool is a life and safety issue. So
No, I know it's got to
10
be taken
days.
care of, but 10 days is,
I'm disabled, so I'm trying to take care of it the best I can.
yeah, but the pool, we really have to take care of the pool.
Yeah, and for the record, Mr. Jenkins has been in and out of the hospital, which is making this very, long and drawn out and challenging for him, not to say the least. Which is why.
So what do we do? I mean, I'm just thinking of the pool because the fence is down. You got to kind of balance his difficulties with the fact that the best I can do is 15 days on the pool. I mean, if somebody falls in that, if some kid wanders in there, then we got a really serious problem. So I'm going to do 15 days on the pool.
Okay.
The trash and debris, that's not really, that's unsightly but not a threat, is it? Or is it?
Well, I guess it's the accumulation of it. It's so much, it has created a nuisance to the neighboring properties.
Right, but can you look, I know it's accumulated over a long period of time. Can you do it? And you can't do it.
Magistrate?
Yeah.
Supervisor Brown, the city's not opposed to granting more time for some of the other items.
Well,
Hopefully-
91, you got 91 days on 3 of them, so that's fine.
Right.
I was just thinking.
So he can focus on the pool.
28 days, 28 days on the trash and debris?
We can go up a little.
Is that right? I'm going to do that.
The
I know
city's-
it's a
yeah,
mess. I know but it's accumulated over a long period of time.
Yeah, we understand. The
All
city's
right,
not opposed.
okay. What is the, by the way, what is that in the backyard? It looks like a giant, what is that? What is that?
Satellite dish. Satellite dish.
Satellite dish?
Yes.
Is it functional?
I haven't used it in a while, but it will work.
But it's not working now.
No, not using it.
All right, not even going to go there. All right. Okay. I'm going to find the violations do exist. The respondent will be given 15 days to take care of the pool violation. Rachel, what was the recommended fine amounts in each case?
$50 per day.
15 days to take care of the pool, 28 days for the overgrowth, trash debris, outdoor storage, and 91 days on the fence, the exterior building walls, and the windows apparently have been withdrawn. Okay, or a fine of $50 a day for each day. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.
Our next case, page 38, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 24100489, case address 3716 Southwest 14th Street, owner Paul and Veronique Leclerc. This case was first heard 1/14/25 to comply by 5/13/25. 2 suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section not complied at $50 per day, $2,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record?
I'm Veronique Leclerc. That's Paul Leclerc.
I'm Paul
Okay, Were
Leclerc.
they sworn in?
Yes.
Were you guys here for the swearing in?
We were sworn in back there. We were sworn in
Okay,
back
okay,
there.
okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, thanks. Let me hear from the city, please.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 241000489 for the property located at 3716 Southwest 14th Street. At the hearing on September 9, Special Magistrate duty granted a 126-day extension. A notice of hearing was posted at the property on January 23, 2026. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 9, 2026, and the violation 9-304B remained. For the record, when I was there for the reinspection, I did see that they had gotten gravel and they were on piles. They are here to request an extension, and because they just received the gravel, the city is not opposed to granting them an extension.
Is it the gravel the only thing? The boat and the trailer are all gone?
Yes, everything else is gone. They just need to replenish the gravel in the driveway, and they are beginning to do that now.
Yes.
So how much time do you
And
need?
we got it leveled off last night. I got help,
Okay.
so it's all been knocked down. I just sent you some pictures of it.
All right.
So it's all leveled out now.
So how much time do you need?
It's done.
28 days?
That's fine, yes.
Yes.
And by the way, my sympathies to the New England Patriots. It didn't work out too well for you, did it?
Hey, we were there.
You were there.
Any given day on
All
Sunday.
right, yep, anything can happen. All right, okay, I'm going to extend the time for 28 days. Let's suspend the fine during that period of time. 28 days would be March 10th. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm going to be in trouble if I order it, but yeah, let's keep going at least for a while. You okay? You okay? Yeah, I'm good. All right. Anybody? All right. Let's go for a while and see how we're doing. There you go. All right, I'll do that. So.
More on the,
Yes. All right, let's keep going.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
What time is it? Well, we're ready?
Testing.
We have a lot.
Testing.
Our first case, page 2, Inspector John Claude Noel. Case number CE 25070995. Case address 1327 Northeast 14th Place. Owner Emmanuel Bulaclack and Philip Friedman. Posted at property 12226. Posted at Winnie's Briar at 12226.
Jean-Claude Noel for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case that was just read in. This property was first inspected on 8/1/2025 for the following violations. Violation 18-11A. The pond on the back of this occupied property has green stagnant water and is not being maintained on a regular basis. The condition is present as is a health and safety issue for the community, and it may become a breeding ground for mosquitoes and a public nuisance. Violation 47-20-20H. There are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. The asphalt surface has cracks and damage and stains. There are wheel stops which are damaged and discolored. Violation 9-306. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior wall that has stains. Violation 9-363. Complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 9th, 2026, and the property remains in violation. The city is requesting 28 days to comply with violation 18-11A, 47-20.20H, and 9-306, and a fine for $100 per day per violation thereafter.
Can they have that pond in the back?
They can't do it, and actually, that's a pool. A lot of people, we're asking them to restore that entire pool back to its original state.
But I thought I saw a picture of a pond somewhere.
It says pond because that's what he initially was trying to make it to be a
But
pond.
It looked like a pond.
It is, but
There, where's that?
that right there. We're making him restore everything. It starts from the back of the property all the way to the front. But no, we're asking him to remove that
Okay,
as well.
so he has to fill that in?
Yes.
Okay, so 28 days?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll find that there's no sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll find that each of the violations that exist, they'll be given 28 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 3, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 25100607, case address 1851 Northwest 28th Avenue, owner FKH SFR, Prop Code BHLD LP, in care of First Key Homes, LLC, posted at property 12026, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the record. The property was inspected on 10/25/26, and the following violations were observed. 9-305B, the landscape on the property is not being maintained in a neat, well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-280H1 has complied. 9-304B, the paved driveway is in disrepair. The driveway is worn with cracks and needs to be resurfaced and repaved. 4734-1A1 has complied. And a special report was posted on 10/25/25. A notice of hearing was posted on 1/2/26. As of pre-hearing inspection on 2/9/26, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 63 days or $50 a day thereafter for each violation.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance for each violation or face a fine of $50 a day for each violation. Thank you.
Next case, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 2506-0780, case address 430 North Andrews Avenue, owner 430 North Andrews LLC, posted at property 12826, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
Good morning, Inspector Martinez with the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case CE 2506-0780, 430 North Andrews Avenue. This case was first inspected on June 28, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 18-1 complied. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and its swale. 47-34-1A1, there's illegal land use occurring at this property. There is furniture, wooden pallets, and a storage pod being stored at the rear of the property. 9-280H1, the chain link fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing/peeling paint. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 8, 2026, and the property remained in violation. The city is requesting the following for 18-12A, 10 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. For 47-34-1A1, 63 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. 9-280H1, 10 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. 9-305B, 63 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. And for 9-306, 63 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Do they have to replace the fence?
He said he was going to remove it.
Does he need a permit to do that?
To remove it? It's like a release.
No? Can he do it in 10 days?
He,
Yeah, I suppose he could.
since it's a small fence, he told us he was going to remove it in 10 days. We met with him on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. For 18-12A and 9-280H1, 10 days to come compliance. The remaining violations will be 63 days, and the fine amount will be $100 per day per violation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 4, Inspector Paulette Del Grasso, case number CE 25120123, case address 201 South Gordon Road, owner Mark Schwartzberg, posted at property 12626, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grasso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and addresser is read. This matter was first inspected on December 5th, 2025, and cited for the following violation. 18-11A, the pool at this occupied property has green stagnant water and is not being maintained on a regular basis. I met with the owner's partner, Christina, twice, along with her pool cleaner. Though the pool water has been cleaned, a tarp held in place with string is insufficient as a pool covering. I explained to both the property rep and the pool cleaner a tight-fitting commercial-grade cover is required. Therefore, the city seeks 10 days or $150 per day thereafter.
The pool itself is clean?
Well, it was at one of the meetings that I had with the owner's partner, and as of a couple of days ago, where you can see the tarp in that photo, it was becoming stagnant again.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $150 a day.
I'm sorry, Special Magistrate, was that for a dirty pool?
I'm sorry?
Was that for a dirty pool? Was that for a dirty pool?
A dirty pool, yes.
No, Special Magistrate, we need to increase that to $500 a day. We got instruction from Rhonda that green pools get a $500 a day fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I want to give him some additional time.
We can give them time, but we
Yeah,
give them
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
because of
We'll give
the,
him
mosquito breeding.
Yeah, no, I get it. We'll give him 20 days to come into compliance.
Okay.
Or a fine of $500 a day. I think we've had pools this morning, though, haven't we, that have not been at $500? Haven't we had pools already this morning that have not had?
That one guy.
Well, I think we already heard them.
One of Rachel's cases.
We can't bring it back.
No, I'm not going to bring them back. But all right.
Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
20 days or $500 a day.
28, okay.
28 days? 20 days. Do we have to do the
20.
days ordered here?
No.
Let's do 20 days.
20. Our next case, page 5, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 25100661, case address 112 Southwest 19th Avenue, numbers 1 and 2, owner Gabriela Mendez Lagana, posted at property 11526, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2510-0661 for the property located at 112 Southwest 19th Avenue. The property was inspected on 10/22/25, and the following violations were observed. Violation 47-20.20.H. The parking facilities are not being maintained at the zoned RM15 residential property, having stains, cracks, and holes. Violation 9-305B, the landscape at the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the front yard and swale areas. Violation 9-313A is complied. Violation 9-363 is complied. The notice of hearing is posted to the property on 1/15/26. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 2/9/26, and the property remained in violation. The city is requesting 63 days or $100 per day per violation until compliance is met.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violations exist. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 per day per violation.
Next case, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 26010128, case address 1509 Southwest 1st Street, owner 5215 Northwest 96 LLC, posted at property 12826, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Good morning, Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 26010128 for the property located at 1509 Southwest 1st Street. The property was inspected on 1/7/26, and the following violations Following violation was observed. Violation 18-12A. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and landscape debris on the property and swale. The violation is complied, however, is a recurring violation, case CE 2307-0653. The notice of hearing was posted to the property on 1/28/26. The city is requesting a finding of fact only for 18-12A.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. I'll accept the city's recommendation. I'll note for the record the property is in compliance, but I'll make a finding of fact that the violation did exist, which means for purposes of a repeat violation, they can be cited immediately and the fine amount can be greater.
Next case, page 6, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25080029, case address 540 Northwest 20th Avenue, owner Royal Assembly Church of the Living God, Inc., posted at property 12226. Do you have to reschedule this one? Top of page 6. Okay.
Yes. Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Co-Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read.
Okay.
We're going to reschedule this case.
I spoke to them this morning. They're okay with the...
No, that won't
That's up to you.
suffice. We'll have to reschedule it.
Okay.
Next case, page 6, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25120047, case address 633 Northwest 14th Avenue, owner Oasis of Hope Community Development Corp. Inc., posted at property 12826, posted at Wendy's Bar at 12226.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Co-Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on December 2nd and given time to correct for the following violation. 47-21.9.m. There is bare and missing ground cover with piles of dirt and debris on this RC-15 zone vacant lot. A vacant lot may not have anything on it other than living ground cover. The city is requesting compliance within 119 days and an order to reappear or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. There'll be a notice to reappear.
Thank you so much.
An order to reappear.
Next case, page 7, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 25090355, case address 908 Northeast 17th Terrace, numbers 1 through 6, owner Buy Rent Sell Now LLC, posted at property 12226, posted at Wendy's Bar 12226.
Jean-Claude Noel for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case that was just read in. Property was first inspected on 9/22/2025 for the following violations. 9-313, complied. 18-12, complied. There is overgrowth, trash, and rubbish and debris surrounding this property and or its swale. This is a reoccurring violation. See previous case number CE 210-30801. Violation 9-05B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover, to include the swale. 9-306, complied. 9-276, complied. 9280F, complied. 92-80H, complied. 9-308B, complied. 4734.1.A, 1 point, complied. 4720-20H, complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 9th, 2026. The city is requesting 28 days to comply with violation 9-305 or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter. The city is also requesting a finding of fact for violation 18-12A.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. For 1812A, I'll note for the record that the violation is in compliance, but I'll make a finding of fact that it did exist. For 9-305B, the respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 8, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 251000056, case address 433 Northeast 11th Avenue, owner VP Developers LLC, posted at property 12226, posted at Wendy's Bar at 12226.
Jean-Claude Noel for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case that was just read. This property was first inspected on 10/10/2025 for the following violations. Violation 18-12A complied. Violation 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4th, 2026. The city is requesting 91 days to comply with violation 9-305B, or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. Your Honor, they have several permits on file. That's why we're giving them 91 days. They're gonna demolition the property and put a new house there.
Okay. All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll find that violation 9-305B exists. The respondent will be given 91 days, which would be May 12th, to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 9, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25090471, case address 2091 Southwest 36 Terrace, owner A&R Paving Solutions LLC, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 25090471 for the property located at 2091 Southwest 36 Terrace. This case was first cited on October 28, 2025 for the following violation. 18-12A is complied. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish on this property and its swale. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 250700836. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. All violations were complied as of November 8, 2025. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 18-12A.
I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll make a finding of fact that 1812A did exist on the property.
Next case, page 10, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25090540, case address 3131 Southwest 18th Street, owner Juan Guillermo Arango, posted at property 11726, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 250900540 for the property located at 3131 Southwest 18th Street. This case was first cited on September 21, 2025 for the following violations. 18-12A is complied. 47-21.16.A. There is a tree stump on the front of this RS-6.85B zoned property. 9-280B is complied. 9-280H1. The garden wall at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. There are areas of the brick of the garden wall that have stains and missing or peeling paint. 9-306. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. Areas of the fascia and drip line have stains. Also, some of the shutters have stains. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 1, 2025, and the following violations remained. 47-21.16.A, 9-280H1, and 9-306. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 28 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation to run thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance for each violation or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 11, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25100036, case address 3210 Riverland Road, owner Giancarlo J. Mangoni, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 2510036 for the property located at 3210 Riverland Road. This case was first cited on October 1, 2025 for the following violations. 9-304B is complied. The driveway is in disrepair. There are areas where the blacktop has faded. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 231000233. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-305A is complied. There is growth of landscape material encroaching upon the public right-of-way. The school speed limit sign on the corner of Bimini Lane and Riverland Road is obstructed. There is overgrowth obstructing the sidewalk on Riverland Road. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 2310233. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. All violations were complied as of February 8, 2026. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 9-304B and 9-305B.
I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. I'll note for the record that they're in compliance. For 9-304B and 9-305A, I'll make a finding of fact.
Next case, page 13, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 2510083, case address 3500 Southwest 14th Street, owner Marvin E. Tellez, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Bar at 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 2510083 for the property located at 3500 Southwest 14th Street. This case was first cited on October 27, 2025 for the following violations. 47-34.1.a.1 is complied. There is illegal land use occurring at this RS-8 zoned property. There is outdoor storage of items, including but not limited to plastic bags, hoses, tarps, plastic planters, and other miscellaneous items. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 20101-283. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-304B is complied. The gravel driveway on 14th Street has grass growing through it. 9-305B is complied. All the violations were complied as of December 6, 2025. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 47-34.1.a.1.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation 47-34.1A1 existed. I'll make a finding of fact for that.
Next case, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 2510084, case address 3411 Southwest 19th Street, owner Kilbert Madrid, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Bar at 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 2510824 for the property located at 3411 Southwest 19th Street. This case was first cited on October 27, 2025 for the following violations. 9-280H is withdrawn. 9-280H1 is complied. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the swale. 9-308B is complied. 9-313A is complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 8, 2026, and the violation 9-305B remained. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 63 days or a fine of $50 per day to run thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that 9-305B still exists. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25110689, case address 3131 Southwest 18th Street, owner Juan Guillermo Arango, posted at property 11726, posted at 1 East Bar at 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 25110689 for the property located at 3131 Southwest 18th Street. This case was first cited on November 25, 2025 for the following violation. 18-12A. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale in the front and the backyard. The trash, rubbish, and debris are piles of dead palm fronds in the backyard. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 25090-540. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 1, 2026, and all the violations remained. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 15 days for violation 18-12A or a fine of $50 per day to run thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. It's a repeat violation. The respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance. And what was the fine amount?
$50 per day.
$50 a day.
Our next case, page 15, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25110278, case address 2300 Southwest 34th Terrace, owner Ashley Michelle Lewis, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 25110278 for the property located at 2300 Southwest 34th Terrace. The case was first cited on November 10, 2025 for the following violations. 25-13 is withdrawn. 47-19.1.d is complied. 9-304B is complied. There is a vehicle and a trailer with a boat on it parked on the grass lawn area. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 24110-336. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-305B is complied. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the property and on the swale. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 24110-336. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 8, 2026, and all the violations were complied. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violations 9-304B and 9-305B.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll make a finding of fact for 9-304B and 9-305B.
Our next case, page 18, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 25110168, case address 647 Northwest 14 Terrace, owner Viola B. Blount and Barris Mouchette, posted at property 12126, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Name, case, and address as read. This property was first inspected on 11/20/2025 and given time to correct for the following violations. 1812A complied, 47-21.9.m non-complied. The landscape on this zone RM15 residential vacant lot has areas of bare and missing ground cover, including the swell. 9-280H1 complied. 9-304B non-complied. Parking on the grass or lawns prohibited. On this RM15 vacant lot, observed a green and white pickup truck on the vacant lot. The property was posted on 1/21/2026. My pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 2/2/26. The property remained in violation. For violations, the city is requesting compliance within 91 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
That's for 4721 and 9-304B. Those are the
Correct.
two remaining ones?
Correct.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given until May 12th to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 per day per violation. Thank you.
Next case, page 19, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25070671, case address 710 Northwest 57th Street, owner HEGFLL 57 LLC, posted at property 12726, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case and address as read. This property was first cited on 7/22/2025 and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 15-28. The business key footage at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 8th, 2026, and the property remains without a current year business tax receipt. The city is requesting 28 days for violation 15-28 or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25080099, case address 6420 Northwest 5th Way, owner TMT Properties, Inc., personal service on 12826, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
For BTR.
That case is now complied.
Okay, noted for the record.
Next case, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25050228, case address 1750 Northeast 49th Street, owner 01 Property Solutions, Inc., posted at property 12726, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case and address as read. This property was first cited on 5/10/2025 and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 18-11B has complied. Violation 47-34.1.8.1 has complied. Violation 9-304B. The asphalt and concrete driveway at this property is not being maintained. The surface is cracked, damaged, and discolored. There is a permit on file. However, the permit was opened on August 29, 2025 and issued on December 11, 2025. Violation 9-305B has complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February the 4th, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days for violation 9-304B or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 21, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25100817, case address 3007 West Commercial Boulevard, number 101. This case is now complied.
Noted.
Next case, page 22, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25110196, case address 5451 Northeast 22nd Avenue, owner PJ Vacation 111 LLC, posted at property 12126, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case and address as read. This property was first cited on 11/9/2025 and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 18-12A has complied. Violation 24-27 parentheses B has complied. Violation 9-304B. The driveway at this property is not being maintained in a well-kept appearance. The driveway has oil stains and is discolored. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on February 4, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 63 days for violation 9-304B or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Our next case, page 24. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25090619, case address 3461 Auburn Boulevard, owner Everglades Heights Apartments LLC, posted at property 12826, posted at 1 East Broward, 12226.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 9/23/25 and the following violations were observed. 18-12 parentheses A is complied. 9-363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city. The free application has not been submitted or is incomplete. There has been contact made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. However, as per pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting 15 days or $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance or face, was it $100 a day?
Yes.
$100 a day.
Next case, page 26, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2506-0836, case address 557 West Dayton Circle, owner Roderick J. Lewis and Amber Hutchins, posted at property 12626, posted at 1 East Briar 12226.
Inspector Rachel Moore presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 6/30/25 and the following violations were observed. 18-1 is complied. 18-12 parentheses 8 is complied. 47-39.8.1.b parentheses 6 parentheses b is complied. 9-280 parentheses h parentheses 1 is complied. 9-304 parentheses b. The driveway at this property has potholes, cracks, and grass with weeds growing through it. 9-305 parentheses b. The landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-306 is complied. There has been no contact made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As per pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting 91 days or $50 per day per violation thereafter.
For both? 91 days
Yes,
for
sir.
both?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, how much, $50 a day?
Or $50 per day
Okay, I'll
thereafter.
find that there's notice, sworn testimony, the city is uncontested, the two violations exist. Respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day per violation.
Next case, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2507-0903, case address 3661 Southwest 3rd Street, owner 2017-1IH Borrower LP, in care of Invitation Homes, posted at property 12626, posted at 1 East Briar 12226.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 7/29/25 and the following violations were observed. 18-12 parentheses A is complied. However, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and/or its swell. This is a recurring violation per case CE 22010-310. 18-4 parentheses C is complied. There is a derelict vehicle or trailer on the swell or on the property. This is also a recurring violation per case CE 22010-310. 27-7 parentheses B is complied. 9-280 parentheses C is complied. 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1 is complied. 9-304B is complied. There are vehicle trailers parked on the grass lawn area. This is a recurring violation per case CE 22010-310. 9-305 parentheses A is complied. 9-305 parentheses B. The landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of missing and dead or missing ground cover. This is a recurring violation per case CE 22010-310. 9-306 is complied. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. The structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. This is a recurring violation per case CE 22010-310. There has been no contact made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As per pre-hearing inspection dated 2/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting 63 days or $100 per day thereafter, and the city is also requesting finding of fact for all recurring violations.
Your Honor, if I could just maybe edit the inspector's request a little bit.
Okay.
This property owner A is not present. According to BCPA, they own over 140 properties in Broward County, and many of these violations set forth by the inspector are repeat or recurring violations, rather. So I would suggest a higher daily fine, if I could.
Okay. Do you want findings of fact on 1812A?
Correct.
On 184C?
Correct.
9-304B?
Yes.
And the outstanding violation is 9-305B?
Correct.
All right, I'll find that violation does exist. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance or face fine of $250 a day.
And there's also a finding of fact for 9-306.
Okay, and I'll make a finding of fact for 9-304 306.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 31, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 25120728, case address 1401 Northeast 14th Court, owner Araliz Mercedes Medina, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226. Page, the one on 31 is complied?
1401 Northeast 14th Court.
So you still have to present it. It's a recurring violation.
You're looking for a finding of fact? Well, I'll let you guys do it. Okay.
He's next. Amy, he's next.
Well, can we just go beyond the Inspector Champagne?
Okay.
Yeah, it's just so they can look at the.
We'll read it in the Massey's.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So we're withdrawing it? Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
Thank you.
Next case, page 32, Inspector. Oh, okay. Page 31, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 25120728. This case is withdrawn.
Okay. Noted for the record.
Next case, page 32, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 26010243, case address 2600 Northeast 15th Street, owner Las Olas Investment and Construction Group, LLC, posted at property 11426, posted at 1 East Broward 12226.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case number CE 26010243, 2600 Northeast 15th Street. This property was cited on 1/9/2026 for 15282 D1A. There are 3 violations of the city's ordinance, which constitutes a request for 180-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate. The qualifying violation case was CE 25-100-133. And that was for the 3 violations: amplified sound, non-amplified sound, and responsible party. The city is requesting the full 180-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate.
Have you heard from them?
No.
Okay. I'll find that there's notice. Accept the city's recommendation. Note that the record demonstrates there's 3 prior violations for this vacation rental, and the rental certificate will be suspended for a period of 180 days.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Our next case, page 33, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 25070098, case address 401 Southwest 4th Avenue, owner Rain Tree 18 LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/24/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $1,200 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 25070100, case address 408 Southwest 4th Avenue. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/24/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $1,200 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 25010940, case address 1725 Southwest 4th Street, owner John Jones. This case was first heard 3/11/25 to comply by 4/8/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $800 accrued. The city is requesting no fines.
Okay, I'll note for the record that there are no fines in this case. So ordered.
Next case, page 34, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25050497, case address 2601 Northwest 16th Court, owner Exquisite Homes and Investments, Inc. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $1,400 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 25040134, case address 715 West Sunrise Boulevard, owner 715 Sunrise LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/19/25. One section complied at $150 per day, $3,450 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 25020532, case address 221 Southwest First Avenue, owner PMG Graybrook Riverfront 1 LLC. This case was first heard 4/24/25 to comply by 6/26/25. Two suspensions noted on the agenda. One section complied at $100 per day, $13,700 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, page 35, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 2507-0202, case address 2157 Northwest 20th Street, owner Alberta Edwards Estates and all others. This case was first heard 8/28/25 to comply by 9/7/25 and 9/25/25. One section not complied at $50 per day, $7,800 accrued. One section complied at $50 per day, $1,700 accrued, for a total of $9,500. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 36, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 24030710, case address 2340 Northwest 11th Street, owner Henry L. Coleman. This case was first heard 4/8/25 to comply by 5/13/25. Three suspensions noted on the agenda. Four sections not complied at $100 per day, $23,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 37, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25060454, case address 2406 Key Largo Lane, owner Norman Thabit. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section complied at $50 per day, $300 accrued. The city is requesting no fines.
A note for the record, there's no fine. So ordered.
Next case, page 38, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 2409-0617, case address 413 Northeast 5th Terrace, owner Roller Place LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $1,900 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, page 39, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25040476, case address 1400 Northeast 4th Avenue, owner 1400 Northeast 4th Avenue LLC. This case was first heard 7/8/25 to comply by 8/12/25. One section not complied at $100 per day, $18,200 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 40, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25010885, case address 721 Northwest 18th Street, owner Kelly Don Gerald. This case was first heard 6/10/25 to comply by 9/9/25. One suspension from 10/14/25 to 1/13/26. One section not complied at $50 per day, $3,150 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 43, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 25020509, case address 1640 Northeast 15th Avenue, owner Arturo Valles. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. Six sections not complied at $50 per day, $35,700 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 25070140, case address 742 Northeast 17th Terrace, owner Maury Wright. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section not complied at $50 per day, $5,950 accrued. Three sections complied at $50 per day, $6,000 accrued, $11,950 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 44, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25070275, case address 11 North Andrews Avenue, owner Bachow Family Oz Fund LLC. This case was first heard at 11326 to comply by 12326. Two sections complied at $100 per day, $1,000 accrued. The city is requesting no fines.
All right, no, for the record, there's no fine, so ordered.
Next case, also page 44. The case number CE 18042212, case address 1309 Northwest 8th Avenue, owner Pine Shadows Homeowners Association. This is to vacate the order imposing fine from 9/20/2018 and to release the lien.
What happened here?
If I could, Your Honor. So we received a request for a release of lien because one of the townhomes is being sold. And in our office's investigation, we found that there is no association. There hasn't been an association for decades. So at the time that we originally cited the case and the time we imposed the fine, there was no legal entity. And indeed, consistent with that, no one showed up at either hearing. So we're asking that the fines.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the respondent was non-existent, basically.
Correct.
All right, I'll vacate the...
And it was also for trash, and it was over COVID. So there's I think $100,000 in fines, something crazy.
Okay, all right. So we'll vacate the order imposing fine and release the lien.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 45, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 25070847, case address 1095 Southeast 17th Street, owner Lauderdale Harbors Parking, Inc., in care of Good Service Realty, Inc. This case was first heard 11/19/25 to comply by 129/25. One section not complied at $100 per day, $1,200 accrued, and the fines continue to accrue. This was a request for extension.
Did they not show up?
They did not show up.
Okay, so impose the fine.
No, we can't.
No?
We have to bring it in.
Okay, then the extension is denied and the fines will continue to accrue. Sounds good to me.
The city is requesting to enter page 46 into today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
Okay, so ordered.
And this concludes the special magistrate hearing agenda for Tuesday, February 10th, 2026.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.